Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the Drip network, and we're going to talk about drip sustainability, and we're going to help answer the question, is it too late to get started with drip? Now, full disclosure, I am biased, but I will share with you as objectively as I can the challenges that I think drip faces. The reason I say that I'm biased is because I've done so well with this project. I mean, I originally brought in, I think, $5,000 into this project, and now I'm able to withdraw $1,600 a day if I want. I actually make 2 withdrawals a week typically. So I'm very biased. The project has done very, very, very well for me. When I got in months after this project launched. I actually thought maybe I got in too late. That's common when you get into a project, wonder if you got in at the wrong time or the right time. And I know a lot of people, if you hear about drip, you find out, hey, it's been around for months and months, almost a year now. How long can it last, sort of thing, and is it too late? And I'm not going to tell you that I can tell you specifically how long it's going to last and what you should do. I mean, this video is not financial advice. You have to make your own decisions. But I'm going to show you some things that I don't see a lot of people talking about on YouTube. Most of the time you hear people, kind of shilling and telling only the positive. If you watch my channel, even if I'm in a project, I'll share with you the negative. I'll share with you what I don't like about the project, as well as what I love about the project. So right off the bat, let me tell you a couple things I love about drip that is different than so many other projects out there. And if you don't know what drip is, in a nutshell, you make a deposit and you get rewarded 1% per day in the token that you deposited, which is the drip token. And I don't want to go into the full mechanics. If you're brand new to drip, I'll post a video up on the right-hand side. You can take a look at it. I'll put it down in the description. In that video, I kind of gave an overview of drip, and I talked about how it was a project that I basically overlooked. It was the project that is the video where I talk about thinking that I was late when I got in and thinking that it wasn't going to really last, to be honest with you. So let's look at the project itself, and let me tell you what I like. I like the fact that they pay you in this token. Here's why. If they put $1 in and you get $1 out, there's been projects out there that have forked this project, and they'll do something where you put in a cryptocurrency like BNB. And if there's another clone out there that you says, hey, put in BNB and we'll pay you out 1% BNB every day, that's bad for 2 reasons. First of all, they only have so much more BNB, and they can't make additional BNB to pay rewards. They can't mint additional BNB. Drip can be minted, and that could be necessary, and it could be the reason that the project goes on a long time. It could create a cyclical project, possibly. I'll discuss that a little bit later in the video. And that's really going to be, if that happens, then this project could last for years and years and years. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. And we'll discuss that a little bit later in the video. How could this thing go on for a really long time? Someone, for example, forks a project, they take BNB, they only got so much more BNB, they cannot mint additional BNB. That's the first problem. Here's the second problem. You don't get the benefit of rapid token appreciation. The way the developer, Forkshark, did this project, it was really, really smart. I mean, really smart the way he did it. And ideally, you buy the token, the drip token, and you deposit a drip token. You don't deposit BNB. When that happens, you lock up the circulating supply of the token. And the token already only has, I think, 1 million total supply. When you lock up that circulating supply, it means that there's less tokens available on the market for people to want to purchase. And what happens in that case is that when people start wanting the tokens, it drives the price up faster. So this token price has went up from as low as $10 since I've been in, and now we're sitting at, what, $136 right now? Just a week or so ago, it was $200. The developer has said he thought it could break $1,000 per token. If that happens, I mean, good Lord in the morning. If that happens, then you're in way early if you got into today. So let's talk about, I want to talk about what people don't necessarily mention. There's a lot of people, they'll come over here and they'll do things like, they'll show you this website here, which is a great website. It shows you new accounts coming on board, shows you, how many new people are finding out about it. And then a lot of people will look at these numbers and say, well, this is why it's not sustainable, because as soon as new accounts stop coming on board, then the whole thing collapses and it's game over. That's not necessarily true. Like, you don't understand the fundamentals of the projects. It's not that there's not some validity to that argument that it's better to have new accounts coming on board. Yes, of course it is. Name one crypto that's not better to have more people coming on board. Of course that's better. However, the other thing that people use on this website for, this is how many faucet players have deposits. What's the number that people have here? So I've got 1,199, almost 1,200, right? And that's just because I've been compounding for a while, a long time. But if you look at now, 0 to 100 players, there's 51,000 players that have 0 to 100 drip deposited. And if you come to the next one, it's 3,900. So the vast majority of wallets are here, and people talk about those wallets compounding, and they've got a long way to compound to get over here. And people will use that to say, oh, then that's an indication that this could go for a really long time. And I don't think that's really what you need to be looking at either. I think the belief that lots of people are onboarding and as soon as it happens, it's game over, I don't think that's correct. And I don't think it's correct to say, oh, because a lot of people are down here, then that means that, we have a lot of potential growth. I don't think that matters either. Here's the most important thing that you have to be aware of. How many more people are withdrawing and selling for a profit compared to the people that are compounding? Or I should say, how many more drip? It has nothing to do with people. If you just had a few big whales that for some reason lost faith in the project and every day they're selling their 1%. If you had enough whales doing that, it was going to drive the price down. Here's one of the challenges of drip. Long term, we have buy pressure, more people wanting to buy, and when more people wanting to buy, it causes the price to go up. Basic price discovery. Now, if more people want to sell, then what happens? It causes the price to go down. Period. End of story. That's it. Now, in drip, there's a treasury. The treasury, this is the key indicator that I think no one really talks about. And let's take a look at this treasury. Treasury is the wrong word. I'm just calling it the treasury. It's really the tax wallet, the fee wallet, whatever you want to call it. The burn address, whatever. This wallet here has 681,000 drip out of 1 million. That means what? Almost 3/4, 2/3 of all drip in existence is in this wallet. This wallet is what is used. I think I have the right wallet. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. This wallet is what is used to pay out these rewards. And if you want to look at this wallet yourself, I'll put the link in the description. But this wallet is what is used to pay out those rewards in the faucet. I think this wallet is what people need to be paying attention to. And it's not that the wallet is a solid indication. It just shows you that the project is maturing. You see, there's always a growth phase when a project and everything's going up, going up, going up, going up. More people are coming on board. Prices typically going up, that sort of thing. That's the growth phase. Think of it this way. There's a growth phase. There's a plateau phase. There's a decline. And you would think once you get to 0, it's dead. As I say this, I made this look very simple. It doesn't mean that it couldn't come up and it couldn't be jagged here and then it could hit another growth phase. Then it could hit a longer plateau. But generally, there's going to be a growth phase. There's going to be a plateau. And this is the life of any project that doesn't survive. It's going to have a growth phase, a plateau, and it's going to have a decline. Maybe the plateau is long. Maybe the plateau is really short. Maybe the project just spikes. Maybe the project just spikes up and spikes down. It's hard to say. But I think the indicator of drip, one of the indicators of drip, or at least to get an idea of the phase of where it's at, I think can be found right here in this wallet. Does this wallet continue to grow? When the wallet is growing, then it's clearly in a growth phase. If the balance stays equal for days or weeks or even months at a time, then we're in a plateau phase. Let's take a look at it. Let's refresh. Let's see if it goes up or down. 681,597. 681,597. Refresh. 681. See, it went down that time. It's been going up and down a good bit. I haven't watched enough day to day to tell you. I need to write down what it is and just save it. But it just went down just then, right? So there's a plateau phase. And then when we start seeing this wallet get depleted, that's going to get interesting. Because the wallet can be, once the wallet gets depleted, it starts going down. Price may go down, but not necessarily. But as the wallet's balance starts dropping, what's going to be, and all that means is more people are withdrawing, and it probably means price is going to go down. But where I think it's going to get the most interesting is when we go into this phase right here. And this is how the project can go on for a long time. So let's just say this is basically 0 for the wallet, right? The wallet now is at 600. Let's assume that we're at a plateau now, and we might still be in a growth phase. I haven't paid enough attention. I'm going to start paying attention to it, but let's just say we're at a plateau phase right now at 680K basically, right? 680,000. So 680,000, let's assume this is a plateau. all the tokens. Then we may go to 700, 750, who knows? But 680,000, that's the plateau. If this starts draining, and all of a sudden there's, 100,000 left, and then eventually there's 50,000 left, and then there goes to zero. This is the zero line. The drip, because it's not BNB, because it's a different token with its own smart contract called the drip token, they can print tokens to keep paying for rewards. They can continue to do that. Now this right here will be the most interesting part of the entire project. What's going to happen here? Now price will start tanking here, and I don't know how fast it goes down, but it's probably going to start going down at some point as the wallet goes down, because I'm assuming the wallet's going down because people are selling. I'm assuming that. But then the challenge with drip is, as the price goes down, at any point in time, people could say, hey, this is a good buying opportunity. The price is down. So they start compounding, and that could send you back into another growth phase. What could happen is people could get frustrated, disgusted, leave the project. That could happen. But when if the contract starts minting more tokens, if this happens, again, maybe the token goes down and it's, $1, $2, $3. Maybe it's less than $1. Who knows? There's plenty of tokens out there that exist that are less than $1. But all it takes is for people once again to realize, hey, I can start compounding this thing. Because if the minting, technically this is a minting, and there's more tokens getting minted than was originally created. At any point in time, if the supply drops off or whatever, if price stabilizes, then you could go into another potential growth phase. Or if someone creates a new use case for the token or another reason to own the token, it could create another growth phase. And if the growth phase begins, then at that point in time, what will start happening is if more people start compounding, just not withdrawing, and it's possible people stop withdrawing when the price gets low. It's possible, below $100, people stop withdrawing, and they just compound, because they're like, hey, that's my bottom price. I don't want to sell it less than $100. I heard someone say the other day they're not selling less than $100. If enough people think that, then it's going to cause the price to go back up eventually. Now, long term, the primary reason to get into drip is to earn a profit. So long term, at some point, sell pressure's got to be huge. And these people have got to ultimately leave the project. So price would have to drop so low that enough people who have been selling think it's not worth it to stick around. It's not worth it to compound. It's not worth it to do any of that. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know exactly what happens once we get to this level here. And I don't know how low price drops here. But I think the most important thing to watch that nobody really talks about, in fact, I haven't heard anyone talk about actually paying attention to this, I think is this wallet right here. Watch this balance. It may not indicate anything outside of maturity of the project. I mean, the project has to start, the balance has to start going down at some point. But how low does it go down? Does it actually make it all the way to zero? I mean, I think it does eventually. I just don't know when that is. This is what you want to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I mean, a lot of people say everybody's going to sell and it's going to drop forever. I don't know if that's true. I just don't know if that's true. And there's always a new wave of people, coming in. So it ain't like drip saturated the world. Bitcoin's not saturated. So drip definitely isn't going to saturate the world. So I just don't know what this looks like long term. I do believe that it's important to get your initial investment out, but I think it's going to be very interesting to watch how this plays out. I would love to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love cryptocurrency, you love earning passive income, do me a favor, smash that like button, click the bell notification icon, and be sure to subscribe. Also, feel free to go down in the description and subscribe to our Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we are in front of the greatest technological economic trend of our lifetime. And I believe that anytime you can get in front of a coming trend, you have an opportunity to be a part of an incredible wealth shift in your favor. And I believe because we're here early, because we're here first, that we have an incredible financial opportunity that most people will never get inside of our lifetimes, and probably the lifetimes of our kids and our grandkids. Cryptocurrency is incredible. Thank you so much for watching. Decentralized crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.